For the past 17 years, I grew up without both my parents in my life. At the age of 5 years old, I learned what was heartbreak, and needless to say, I had to experience it from both my parents. On May 25th, 2009, my life changed when I learned that my dad wouldn't be coming home to us. As a little girl, I asked myself if it was my fault that my dad left, or if my dad would ever come back home. I lived with my mother for at least 2 years, which was not the best, to 1 year later living with my grandmother. It took me 15 years to realize that asking for my mother's love was way too much. I had no choice but to accept it and move on with my life. Every year for my birthday, my only wish was that my dad get released from prison so I could spend whatever little of my life that is left with him. I grew up without a father figure in my life. Having each birthday come and not being able to celebrate it with him is very depressing. Having to experience certain milestones in my life without my dad at my side is very heartbreaking. To hearing my cousins wish their dad happy Father's Day is very sad, knowing that I don't have my dad to spend Father's Day with and to practically spend the day seeing friends and family with their dads. Having graduations and being appointed head ambassador, and to know that my dad is not even in the crowd to cheer me on or to even have someone to have pep talks with is distressing. In a girl's life, their dad should be their best friend, their first love, and their safe space. But to me, my safe space is in a dark room, just looking at the starry night sky and just remembering the best moments of your life with my dad. As a young woman, growing up without a father is very hard. Having to experience your teenage years going through the most physical changes and dealing with a lot mentally. But in my life, it was more than just physical changes. This was where I had to be the backbone for both my brother and I, to show him how to be strong as a young man, growing up and to be a mother figure in my brother's life. Trying to shield him from a lot of pain only to realize that I was causing myself mental, physical, and emotional pain. Growing up without my parents has changed me drastically as a woman. Having to always be strong is very hard. To having to get up every morning and go about my daily life as though everything is normal, when in fact I'm breaking down deep inside. It's been 17 years, Dad. I would say this has been the hardest part of my life. I would climb every mountain, swim every ocean just to have one more birthday, one more Father's Day, one more Christmas with you. I would give up anything in this world to have my dad back in my life, even if I get to experience it one more time. Just to have this memory with you, Dad. I wish I could turn back the clock to experience my last birthday with you. My heart bleeds just to have you in my life one more time and to experience what it's like to have a man in your life that would protect you, teach you, love you, and to always have my back.
So that was Adesh's daughter, and we're gonna talk to him a little bit about his experience with fatherhood before and after incarceration. Good morning again, Adesh.
Good morning.
Yeah, and this
And
and
he's
later on
very
you will.
emotional, as we can imagine, because that um, his daughter reading that letter, she was very emotional too while reading it.
And later on you will see Adesh in studio, RMR studio, with Mr. Steele sitting for an interview. But he's gonna tell us now. Every time you hear that letter, Adesh, how do you feel?
It's really, really touching, and hearing it, I realize how much pain that I have caused to my children. It's really touching. I know they would have been affected a lot, but actually hearing it, yes, I understand a lot more now. What I have done over the years is try to keep in contact with them and try to speak to them a lot and it has bear fruits basically because I have kept in contact with my children. I have a good relationship with my daughter, and I think I always tell her I cannot make back up for lost time, but going forward, honestly, I would do my best.
Now it has been 17 years.
Yes.
How much of a stretch you have again?
I have like 3 years and 8 months again.
So when you went to prison, how old was she?
She was 5 at the time.
5.
Yes.
And
Wow.
you miss a lot of
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it would have been difficult for her to understand,
Yes.
because as she said, she thought it was her fault why you weren't around.
Yes. And I hear in that day, it helped me to understand as well how delicate her mind was at the time, because I'm thinking, why would she think that it was her fault? You understand?
Yeah.
It's not easy seeing grown men cry. There's nothing wrong with it because we've been told that we need to be strong and we shouldn't cry, and I never really adapted that process. I cry when I have to cry. No problem with that. The thing is, in hindsight, I sit many times and ask myself why and what made me, but it is what it is now, and we
Yes.
just have to try and do better
Yes.
as we go forward.